Hello everybody and welcome to Mark Goldbridge, That's Football. It's England against Czech Republic, massive game, preview, Grealish to start, Mason Mount and Chilwell not involved. Bloody ridiculous how they're not involved. We'll get into that in a minute. I'm furious. I'm absolutely furious, and I'm furious still with Southgate. We've got to hit it hard today. But first of all, let me just say thank you very much to OneFootball for sponsoring the show. Our Euro 2020 show is sponsored by OneFootball, and with this being That's Football, it only makes sense to have OneFootball sponsoring the show, as we are the number one place for football news, transfer news, watch-alongs and debate on YouTube. And OneFootball is also the number one place for all your live scores, football transfer news and up-to-date content surrounding your favourite club and leagues. So if you want your player ratings and things like that, the OneFootball app is the place to be. It's a match made in heaven. As you can see from the video next to me, OneFootball app is super sleek, simple to use and a basic must-have for any football fan who is watching Euro 2020. So what are you waiting for? Head to the description, download it. It's free to download on Apple and Android and all others as well. Thanks again to OneFootball and sponsoring the stream, and now we can get on with the show. The link is in the video description. Make sure you give it a download. But look, let's start off with, and I'm sure you probably read it on OneFootball as well, let's start off with this England-Czech Republic game and this absolute farce that is Ben Chilwell and Mason Mount being out of this game. Now, of course, that means that, you know, maybe Jack Grealish will, well, we believe Jack Grealish is starting the game, so we'll talk about that in a minute. But the reality is Mason Mount and Ben Chilwell have been put into isolation because Billy Gilmour of Scotland has tested positive for COVID and they hugged him after the game. Yet, Scotland have got players that are going to play tonight against Croatia who've probably been on the same bloody bus as him. But because they've not publicly hugged him, that's fine. It's just virtue signalling. That's what it is. It's a nonsense. It's basically using COVID as a political point scoring thing. You know, you're telling me that whole Scotland team that played against England on Friday night didn't come closer to Gilmour than Chilwell and Mount did? What did they do? What did they do after the game? Did they go and have a bubble bath? I mean, what is it they've done that's more intimate and close than the Scottish players would have been that are going to play tonight? And look, of course, you know, people will say, well, it doesn't really matter, Mark. It doesn't really matter because we're through anyway. Oh, well, the tournament doesn't matter then. It doesn't matter. It's not a competitive element. There's no competitive element. It doesn't matter. I'll tell you what, I'll turn up and play up front then. You know, if we're not going to play Mount and Chilwell because it doesn't matter, let me have a match. Because I think it's really silly. I think it's really silly. And look, COVID is a very serious thing. A lot of people have lost their lives. A lot of people have lost their liberty. But I think at this point we're starting to take the piss, really. You know, if two England players have got to isolate for being close to Gilmour, then I would have expected the whole of that Scottish team would need to as well. But no, we can't do that because then we've got tight turnarounds. You know, if Scotland can't play, and this is what it's about, I think. It's because if they do that to the Scottish team, they can't play their last game. They can't play another game for 2 weeks, and it messes everything up. But let's do it with the English players, who, you know, because they've got players who can replace. I think it's stupid, but look, in relation to the game, I don't think it will make a massive amount of difference. Grealish is going to start. That's what the leaked rumour is, that Grealish will start today. So look, we've got to go and win this game. I'm not happy with Southgate still. I'm still very, very, very furious about what happened on Friday night. And look, the options are in relation to the squad. England are second with 4 points. Czech Republic are top with 4 points. And obviously it's Croatia against Scotland to try and battle it out for third place. Maybe nick second place, but I doubt it. I doubt they can do that. So they'd be looking for third place on 4 points as well. But this is a battle to see who we're going to play, because if England win, they top the group and they'll play second place from France, Portugal, Germany's group. And if they come second, if they draw and they finish second with 5 points behind Czech Republic, we will play second place from the Spain, Ukraine, Sweden group. So look, I want England to win the group. I want England to win the league group. I think you can get lost in easy routes to the final. There is no easy route for England. We've seen that already. We didn't beat Croatia very convincingly. We couldn't beat Scotland. So why are people looking for easy routes to the final? At the end of the day, I'm quite comfortable with winning the group and playing France or whoever next week, because if you can't beat them, you can't beat them. And if you can't beat them, we can't get to the quarterfinals. Let's get rid of Southgate and build towards the World Cup in 18 months. We're 18 months away from the World Cup. I would rather, you know, what if we finish second in the group? That's failure. Finishing second in the group is failure, and then you go and beat Sweden or someone like that, you know, through a crappy penalty shootout in a crap game, get to the quarterfinals, get knocked out by a decent team, he keeps his job. I would rather we top the group, we play somebody decent in the last 16, and if we get beat, he gets sacked, and then we build for the World Cup with the very good team that we've got. My team for this game would be Pickford in goal. I would actually stick with Reece James at right back. I would play Stones and Mings. I don't think Maguire's fit. I know there's talk about people saying now is the time for Henderson and Maguire. Now is the time not for Maguire and Henderson. Now is the time for fit players, form players to play for England. Not to bring back people who are not fit. We were stuttering against Scotland. We were stuttering against Croatia. Do you really think chucking in Jordan Henderson into that midfield when he's not fully, match fit is going to make us play smoother? If I had a fully fit Henderson, I'd play him. But I don't think we have. So, and I don't see how Maguire can be fully fit as well. But having said that, if you're going to get Maguire in, today probably is a good game to do it because you can't chuck him in against France. So I can see maybe him getting half an hour. But look, I can't think of a tournament really where we're getting people back up to match fitness in a tournament. I think this is where Southgate's got it wrong as well. Why are you bringing players and trying to get them match sharpness in a tournament? He should have made big decisions really. But Luke Shaw will be at left back because we need a left footer, and Chilwell, Luke Shaw played well last game. My midfield two would be Rice and Bellingham. That's what I would go with. I would put, I think this is a real opportunity with Mason Mount being out to play Foden at 10. I would play Foden at 10 instead of Mount. I would put Grealish on the right. I would put Grealish on the left, Sancho on the right, and Harry Kane down the middle. I think there's a real opportunity to still play somebody off the wing who's got a bit of pace, but also play Foden and Grealish. And I think Foden's been mistreated. Now, you could put Grealish at number 10 and put Foden on the left and get them to swap around. But I think Jadon Sancho off the right is really important. Sterling was not good against Scotland. He shouldn't start. Rashford, I think Rashford's a player, as a United fan, that obviously I've got a lot of time for. He's a really good player. I don't think he's fit. And I think also Marcus Rashford probably serves us best off the bench in, he's an explosively fast player. And I think Rashford off the bench would be a good option. And I think Czech Republic will be quite comfortable. This game has got the thing that England need to do this in this game is listen to 3 lines on a shirt before they come out and at half time. England need to come out with some bloody passion. Don't go into this third game knowing that you've qualified. Let's play out a crappy draw because, England fans aren't going to take that. Now, Southgate might do that because that's what Southgate is. Conservative. He'll go out there, lads, just bore everybody to death and get a draw or a 1-0 win. And I'm like, no. We need to get momentum. Italy have got momentum. Germany have got momentum. We need to get some momentum into what's going to be a hard game next Monday or Tuesday night. So I don't want to, Czech Republic come into this game and they're like, let's get a draw to finish top or whatever. Let them be lethargic. We've got to be full of fire and passion. And, I want to see England go and win, 3 or 4-0. Remember when 96, if anyone can remember, we played the Dutch in our third group game and we battered them 4-1 at Wembley. And it gave us momentum to then go into the knockout stage. And I think that's what we need. The third group game, let's go into this game with some momentum. Let's win. And I think we will win. I'm going to say England to win. I think we might win 3-0. I know that sounds ridiculous and I know it's going to get clipped up. But I think that if we come into it with momentum and we get people like Sancho and Grealish in the team and Bellingham in the team, I think we can win this game 3-0. I think he needs to remould the team. I think he needs to get a team with energy and go into this tournament like that. So, yeah, but look, safe bet's probably 1 or 2-0. But we can't, I don't want to be at full time going, oh, yeah, we're 3, we won 1-0. We grounded it out with shit football. Let's get out there. Let's use some of these lads and let's go and play some good football and get some momentum because, you know what? We've got some good players. That's what we need to go and do. So that's my score prediction. Make sure you smash a like. Of course, we've got the watch along later. We'll have the fan park in the corner as well for hopefully some goals. We've had 1 goal from England in 2 bloody games. They've been sat down on those benches more times than Donny van der Beek. We need them up on their feet cheering for England tonight in that fan park. So join us for the watch along tonight. We'll be live from about 7:30. Smash a like, subscribe, and remember, download the OneFootball app. The link's in the video description. I'll speak to you a little bit later. Come on, England. Yeah.